Welcome to the Weekly Hijack.
Hello, everyone.
This is Doctor Who edition, and tonight's episode was The Woman Who Lived.
This was a really interesting episode. I know I say that like every episode.
Well, it's always good when they're doing new things, and it was fun to explore. So you have an immortal person besides the Doctor, but who isn't a Time Lord. It was actually, in the grand scheme of things, more new to the whole immortal thing.
I love the fact that she can't remember everything she did.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought that was a really interesting, true how it would be. You know, she hardly remembers her old names.
Very clever, yeah. Like, she only has the memory capacity of her physical limitations still. So, yeah, no, I like that. I like that her journals, that made sense.
Mm-hmm. He wouldn't take her, and I kept wondering, okay, give me a good reason you're not going to take her. And then the end was actually very, very interesting. He says, look, if you and I are both to stay together, we're not, we're going to just go off the rails, basically. Mm-hmm. Because the Doctor needs weighted down. We saw that with Tennant when he started traveling on the companion.
Yeah, when he started going on his own, and he
became godlike.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's a fascinating idea that he feels like he needs someone to remind him of what's important.
Yeah,
that life is fleeting for most people.
And so the little Clara bit at the end was very
nice.
Yeah, because Clara now is just sort of like, let's go, let's have some fun, zest.
Yeah. And it was interesting to have a Clara Light episode, just for something different, and it allowed a lot of time for the Doctor to interact with what's her name, Ashildr? No.
Ashildr?
Not
Ashildr.
Ashildr.
Anyways, she's one of the more fascinating kind of half recurring characters I assume she'll come back this season.
Yeah, hopefully. But
she certainly, it's a very interesting dynamic they set up with the conversations they had. And then, especially at the end when she's basically like, I'm going to clean up all your messes.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah. It's markedly different, like, from, say, River's song, who's just crazy and is hopping all over the place as much as the Doctor is.
Yeah.
To have someone who's, like, very steady and living through all this history...
A nice Jack Harkness shout-out.
Yeah. that was nice.
These guys became the face of Bo.
Captain Jack.
Yes, he is crazy.
He is great.
He was flamboyant.
Yes.
Now, what's interesting about this episode is that we have all this kind of, very deep characterization stuff going on with the Doctor, which has been really interesting this season. We've got a lot of Doctor stuff without having to, completely change his character or anything. Just kind of probing the edges of his characters. And
without feeling like there's a big crisis that's bogging him down. Yeah. They've been able to explore a lot of different aspects of it from just these little two-part stories.
Isn't that, and then you have basically just another ridiculous, fun, historical thing. I mean, it was like, Sam Swift is awesome.
The alien in this is one of the coolest aliens I think they've had in a while. Like, I love the whole lion,
better than the Flood alien? That thing was awesome, too. The Fisher King.
Oh, okay, yes, that's true. Okay, no, I like that.
They've had some cool alien some really distinctive looks this season.
Yes. I guess what was different is a lot of times we get aliens that are insectoid or some sort of creepy vibe, and this one they went with a very animal that worked better than, say, like the cat nurses on that one Future Planet.
Well, this guy reminded me of those, and actually last episode when the Doctor was saying this could create tidal waves like cats ruling or something. And he mentioned that.
You're right, he did.
And that made me think of the future where there are
cats ruling. Yeah.
That's funny. I
never even caught that.
Good catch.
I don't know the vibe between him looking like that and me. I'll call her me. It gave me a very Beauty and the Beast vibe.
That's true.
I don't know if that was, because the whole thing was about mythology being true, with the Greek, Hades thing, and then the aliens came from a different plane of existence or whatever. There's a lot of death themes this season. That's a big theme going on. But then, there's almost like they're setting up their own Beauty and the Beast sort of mythology.
Well, I do sort of wonder if they're setting up Clara's death at the end.
That's what it felt like with the look he gave her at the end. Like, she's like, I'll be around. He kind of looks at her like, well.
Don't kill her, just do something else. But yeah, she's one of the companions that she wouldn't just go off nicely for any good reason.
Well, I don't know. I feel like they came very close to giving her a peaceful send-off at the end of last season.
Yeah.
Because I guess they didn't know for sure whether or not she would be back. And then she came back, so I guess that means her peaceful send-off may not happen.
It may not happen. That's sad.
But if there was one thing I was to complain about this episode, I felt the climax might have been a little rushed. Just with the...
You mean the alien attack?
Yeah, the alien attack, and then like mass chaos, and it's like, oh, I really do care. And then...
Yeah.
I mean, it's a minor complaint, but I felt like it was a little chaotic. I mean, obviously it's supposed to be chaotic,
but no, I agree. It was, but I guess, the point of the episode really is all the talking in this episode.
It really is more of a character than a suspense thing.
I do kind of like I do care, because that's almost what the Doctor gets sometimes. He gets to this case like, no, I just don't.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, okay. He's like, you fell off the wagon. He's talking about, which is great. I'm trying not to care, and then I fall off the wagon. I thought that was a great characterization of this Doctor.
I wonder if that's a choice. It was interesting looking at some promo before we started watching this. They showed some clips of him from his outfit more last season. This season, he hasn't been wearing his collared shirt. Like, I don't think he's worn it at all so far this season. And I wonder if that's a purpose. Like, there's no... A lot of times when the Doctor, they do a big change in his costume, there's some, like, big... Well, I guess they've really only done it once with Matt Smith, where, like, after Amy and Rory left, then he went to the vest and became... It was just different.
Yeah.
It was a big change for him. But this time, he's not wearing the collared shirt at all. He's usually... I think even the jacket is a little different.
Yeah.
And I wonder if it's just more of a... trying to make him look a little less uptight, explore a little bit more the personality. I don't know. Yeah. I'm curious the reason for that.
So far this season, they've all been strong episodes, I feel like. They've all been very, very different, very interesting. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't really have particular, nitpicky things here and there, but generally, like, this is a good, fun season Doctor Who.
It's been a very solid season so far. And next time with the Zygons, that should be a lot of fun. Yeah.
Unit's always fun to bring.
And the return of the one, well, obviously Kate's, Stewart, yes. But also the one Scarf fangirl.
Who died, right?
Yeah, who died in the Missy thing.
So maybe we'll get some explanation about why she's alive and why Missy's alive.
Yeah,
we probably won't get any answer about Missy. That's probably just
unless this takes place before Missy. Because we were speculating.
Oh, that's true. It'd be time travel.
Yeah. Well, and it's again Zygons. The 50th anniversary kind of ended. Well, they sort of had a standoff with the Zygons, then they just kind of left that to go take care of Gallifrey stuff.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a direct follow up to that. But who knows?
It was interesting. I'd mentioned, he said he traveled with an immortal once mentioned Jack Harkness. Well, he also traveled with Romana, who was a time lady at some point. But maybe that doesn't count for immortal. These Time Lords aren't technically immortal.
I suppose I don't know. It's close enough though. So yeah, I don't know. Probably more. But
that's old season stuff. So you wouldn't mention that to all the
new people who wouldn't know anything about that. Yeah. Although it would be, I don't know, some of his old companions, it would be fun to hear more mention of, like his granddaughter or Ramona, just because those are unusual. And
Romana, yeah,
I think that's right, Romana.
Yeah.
But it would just be interesting that people could get an interesting reaction out of that.
Man, it'd be fun at some point we could have another not evil time later around.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean, like Romana was kind of a cool thing. That was back in Baker days, wasn't it?
Could be. I think it was. But yeah, I think it'd be cool to see another companion return story. Like we had with Sarah Jane way back when.
Yeah.
I don't know how many are still alive that could show up again. But
you know what? Now that Sam Swift is alive and loves puns, maybe he can be a companion for a while.
I'd be okay with that.
His puns were great. You don't want to keep me hanging.
All right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Or make like a tree and get out here.
I'm going to cut you loose.
Okay.
It's for you, Nick.
Okay.
All right. Until next time, be sure to check us out. Make sure you catch up on all of our weekly hijacks at derailledtrainsofthought.blogspot.com or on our YouTube channel.
Yes.
So, till then, this is Tim.
This is Nick.
Bye.